Blog Talk Radio.
It was war about a week ago. They shot my man, I was with him about a week ago. In my city, round the city, we should stop that. Keep losing, trying to win with the get back. Don't you see where that gets us? Who's cooler? There's a body, there's a shooter. There's a man without a future, now his homies out to get ya. And the cycle just continues if we only just remember that we stronger together. We was made here to give, we was made here to love, we was made here to live. Yeah, we stronger together. We was made here to give, we was made here to love, we was made here to live. Now get your money, get success, and live a good life. Need to put the guns down and get your mind right. Get your money, get success, and live a good life. You need to put the guns down and get your mind right. Now won't you make peace, make something of yourself, won't you make something of you, make peace, won't you make something of yourself, yeah, revenge ain't sweet. Now when you gotta watch your back and you just can't sleep, it's a lot of other things that you just could be. A better man, better woman, better human being. Instead of building one another, we kill.
Hey, be a better human being. Revenge ain't sweet. I might have said that wrong, but y'all get the point. Hey, what's up, listeners? What's up? It's DJ Dika.
And Miss Vicky in the house.
Tunnel Vision. Tunnel Vision is in the house. What's going on, listeners?
What's going on?
Hey, DJ Dika, what's going on? Actually, this very second, I had to take a breath. I had to take a deep breath. That's been going on this week. So I'll start and I'll let Miss Vicky do her week sharing. What happened to me this week, listeners? Let's see. Let me think back to Monday. What happened to me? Oh, I kind of was able to get out and about just a little this week. So Monday, I do believe, yes, I went to the doctor, a follow-up checkup. You know, things I still need to work on, but other than that, you know, I'm blessed, pretty healthy. Tuesday, no, I take that back. Yes, I did go to the doctor. Then before I went to the doctor, I got to do what I love to do. It's my favorite pastime outside of doing the podcast, public speaking. So I was fortunate to do sensitivity training for the city of Long Beach and the staff and employees when it comes to understanding about people with disabilities and relating to them and working with them and just being friends with them. So I was able to do that. That was a great accomplishment with my colleagues. And then Tuesday, listeners, I went to the dentist and got my teeth pulled. So I'm going to give y'all a little joke. Up until I actually sat in the chair, I had a different way of thinking when it came to pulling your teeth. I thought, you know, they just get their little equipment, numb your mouth for those that need to be numbed, and I'm one of them. For those that need to be put to sleep, I'm one of them too, but they wouldn't put me to sleep. So they numb my mouth because I have a gag reflex, and they gave me laughing gas. I don't know why they call it laugh gas because it didn't make me laugh. But, you know, it calmed me, relaxed me for the most part. And then while they was pulling my teeth, listeners, all this time up until this day, I thought when they say they pull your teeth, they're going to take their instrument and they literally pull it out. They wasn't doing that, listeners. I had to even ask the dentist. I'm like, hold up. That's how you pull people's teeth? He was pushing on my tooth. It wasn't trying to come out, listeners. He kept pushing on my tooth. It wasn't coming out. I think he might have pushed on it like maybe 4 times with force, and his instrument was on my lip, and it was hurting. But I had to be a big girl. I wasn't going to make him stop because I needed him to hurry up and get that dog tooth out. So by the 4th time, he pushed on it, and I didn't even realize he did it. Oh, it's out. I'm like, God, don't you? Okay, so that was my Tuesday. What else happened? Friday, ladies and gentlemen. You don't never know how your day going to be when you wake up in the morning. I went to therapy because I haven't been to therapy in a minute, and I was glad to go. And I went to therapy, everything's fine. And next thing I know, my physical therapy went to the supervisor because they were concerned about my blood pressure. And I ended up in the hospital from 12:30. Let me see. I went at 4:30. They saw me at 12:15 in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. And I didn't get home to 5:30. But my point is, to wrap my story up, I have appreciation for the first responders anyway, especially with dealing with the new strand and COVID. But I'm telling you, sitting there firsthand, watching them, what they had to go through and dealing with people's attitudes, people getting mad at them, I definitely have appreciation for that. So I'm going to leave it right there. Oh, man. So anyway, so be mindful of the first responders when you are going to a hospital and all that they do on a regular, and then on top of dealing with I was going to try to thought. Let me go back to it. They're already dealing and stressed with the COVID and the new strand, and then they have to see patients that on a regular. So that's what was happening on Friday. It was really, really busy. They didn't have any beds. They had to come out and do people's vitals while they was in the waiting room. And as far as finding beds were concerned, they're just going to find beds. I already knew this, but I was seeing it firsthand, that when you go to the emergency room, just a reminder, when you go to the emergency room, be ready to sit there for a minute. Because they're not going to see you right away just because you think you sick enough or hurt or whatever. They go by who is the most, what is the word I'm looking for, Miss Vicky? They look at the most severe. You got a cold, you got chest pains, or you finna die. So a lot of people was complaining while I was in the emergency room, and they had been there. Shoot, I got there at 4. They had people that had been there in the morning, and they still hadn't been seen. And this was at 9 o'clock. And they were like, we got to categorize our patients based on if they come in here and they finna die, they going to get seen first. So if we got a lot of patients like that, then the rest of us going to be sitting up in there. So I have a lot more respect for the first responders, nurses, and doctors. So that's how my week went. Miss Vicky, how was your week?
I had a very productive week.
You said productive, ladies and gentlemen. Not busy.
Yeah.
Productive. Okay,
everything I did this week was intentional. This past week, which has been since COVID, well, since I came back to the West Coast, everything that I've been doing has been intentional, and everything's just coming together, and I'm very excited, and at the same time, a little bit uncomfortable because of the change thing. When you're going through a change, it's always a little bit, it's like you got to really use your faith. So in my case, I am a believer, so I live my life by faith every day, so I have to use my faith a little bit more, but I'm excited about some things that's manifesting and that's going on in my world. And so the last week I made a big move. I'm not going to go into detail, but I made a big step towards the intentional goals that I'm seeking after. And, yeah, I'm excited. I am.
Listen, just a disclaimer, because you guys heard me chuckle. Let me explain to you why I chuckled. It wasn't about what Vicky was saying, because that is important, and I've been watching her walk this out. The reason why I chuckled is because she said East Coast and the West Coast. I'm around a lot of people. I heard people say that, East Coast, West Coast. So now I got somebody in my life, personal, where they say in the East Coast, West Coast. That's why I was chuckling. Hey, I don't know if y'all found that funny, but I found it funny. That's all the thing I'm having a get all the time this morning. Oh,
well, why are you laughing? What's funny about it?
I just said it. I gotta say it again. Okay. You know, sometimes you be talking to some people and you might be in a conversation. They be like, "Oh yes, I'm from the East Coast and I travel from the East Coast to the West Coast." I'm used to just hearing that in conversations of people I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't see or talk to on a regular basis. So I had that chuckle because you just said it. You know, when you was in the East Coast,
I just said what?
the West Coast. When you're talking about the East
but
Coast
I'm
and the
not
West
from
Coast,
the,
you know what you do.
But I'm not from
Not
the East Coast. I'm
sorry.
from the West Coast. So let's be clear. Our listeners don't know me like you do. But I'm from the West Coast. I'm from the West Coast, and I visited the East Coast for a time, and I came back.
Yeah, so that's what I was chuckling about. Yes. She was left on the East Coast, and she came back to the West Coast, and you know, Vicky's World. Like she said, her world. I'm going to see if I can use that now. Vicky's World. What's happening in Vicky's World? Ha! Okay, I'm having a good old time today. Okay. I think because I was able to go out and come out of my self-quarantining. Oh, and also, so I was able to come out and go to the doctor. Then I ended up going to the hospital. And then I went to church today, you know. Oh, so I was able to come out of my quarantine. Maybe that's why I'm so, you know, laughter, you know. I have to go back into self-quarantining, but, you know, that was a goal. I'm very happy about my accomplishment today. Going inside the church building, using precautions. I have not been there for a year and a half, almost 2. So I was able to go inside the building because, you know, I was called upon. I felt like I was in a game, you know? You in a game and you're sitting on the bench, and you always sitting on the bench, and then your coach tells you, all right, you're going in. So
didn't they stop? Didn't they go into quarantine in what month was it in 2020? Because we're in 2021. It's not 2 years yet.
Well, that's why I said a year and a half or 2. I can't remember, but I know it was March 16th. The last time I was there, March 16th. I don't know if that was 20.
So it's a year and some months.
Okay, thank you. See, you're the math person of the group. You know I'm not good with math, so thank you. Okay, let's move on. What else is happening in the world? Since we discussed what's happening in Dika World and Vicky World. Dang, I really like that. We're going to have to make that part of a segment, Vicky. Vicky World and Dika World. Okay. So what's happening in the news? Let's see. Oh, the usual. The numbers are going up as far as the virus. What is it? Delta virus strain. The numbers are going up again, but it's not to the point where they're shutting us down at the moment. But they are requiring in LA County. Let me be specific. LA County. We are going back to wearing a mask outdoors and indoors. And we still got some people that, you know, choose to use their, should I say right? I don't know if that's the right word.
I don't know.
How should I say it?
I'm not the expert in that area. Only thing I'm saying is that people are, you know, not cooperating.
Yes, we'll say that. I think we still got some people, you know, walking around not cooperating. Then I've heard, you know, well, what was the use of us going to get the vaccine? And I was told I didn't have to wear a mask when I'm vaccinated. Now you're telling us we got to go back. Well, you know.
Well, I don't think this person, I know I ran into somebody today, and I don't think they got the vaccine, and I don't think they're cooperating with the mask. So it's like a lot of different dynamics out there. Everybody's not in agreement with the vaccine. Everybody is not. Everybody is not against the vaccine, and then the same thing with the mask. Everybody's not for the mask, and everybody's not against the mask. So it's a lot of different dynamics out there.
Amen. And then I just want to make a disclaimer. Because it's happening this week. So last week we were talking about what was going on in the society. and